terrifying. I'm terrifying. Since we were kids, a mini Cruella told me to liquor, split my vendetta, kill little K. Now I'm Cinderella. I'm coming for nothing. This time do it better. Peace and love, you fabulous people. It's your girl Karina. Welcome back to the I've Karina channel. And in this series of Mercury, we are going to discuss how Mercury is your skill set. And we're going to go through the positions of Mercury and begin to look at what it is that you can begin to grasp about your Mercury, about the skills that can refine you, that can help you advance in life, that can give you the confidence to, apply to whatever, goals, jobs, and endeavors that you have in life. Mercury is such a slept-on planet. A lot of the times you look at the moon, we look at the sun, we look at the rising, we look at Venus, look at Mars. There's so much more exciting planets that have to do with, our needs and our joys and our desires. But Mercury is very integral to gaining the needs, desires that you have, okay? And like I've said in various videos, this channel is called I've Karina because everything is about my personal journey. And I just come here to share with you what it is that I am currently on. Right now, I am on being able to honor Mercury's energy more. And so this video is going to be the first of 12 in my Mercury series. And typically we start with Mercury with Aries, but I'm actually going to work backwards. And today I'd like to talk about Mercury in Pisces, okay? Now, let's just already say, okay, that classic astrology would claim that Mercury in Pisces is, it's just not a great placement. And I don't want you guys to start feeling doom and gloom and ready to go down into the demiurge about that, okay? Because Mercury handling the lower mind and then being in Pisces can be, battling your inner demons, right? In a very demonic fantasy like hell. Okay? And it doesn't have to be that, okay? It's important to understand the tendency to go there, though. It is important to understand that you can have the tendency, especially when unfulfilled or idle, to find that your mind takes you into the doldrums, takes you into this world, this made-up world that mimics the concepts of hell. And possibly, maybe, Mercury in Pisces could be a replica of a spiritual, the religious point of views of what hell could be like, which gives us a lot of insight into the concepts that hell is something that we make up. It is a fantasy, just like any other fantasy, except it's the darkest fantasy. And it's also a place that we put ourselves in mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, right? So, with that being said, how does even a person who has Mercury in Pisces even deal with skill sets in this lifetime when you are dealing with the battle of mindfulness, consciousness, and mental peace? How do you even have time to do something like sharpen your skill sets? I really feel like this placement is sitting on potential. One of the things that you will hear about Mercury in Pisces is that you are great storytellers, great poets. You also have the ability to tap in to communicate Mercury, which is a communication planet, with the other world, Pisces. You have more of the tendency to have dreams about your ancestors, to dream about those who have passed on, to even have psychic abilities, to be mediums, to be able to go into the other world. And these are very much so skills that you can embody, skills that you can sharpen. But I also want to talk about some other skills. I want to help you guys because Mercury is more of an earthly planet, right? Where Neptune is not. And we're putting these two together and we're trying to figure out what we can say these things are. And I've just never heard anybody really go anywhere else but you're a poet, you're a psychic, or you talk in circles and Mercury doesn't like to be here, yada, yada, blase, blase. But who's going to actually figure out the mystery of this placement? I'm not trying to be like your savior or anything, but I'm just saying I'm willing to try and figure out what it could be. So, Pisces is an energy that has knowledge, has knowing of life, right? And when you walk into a world that can be very much locked into the matrix, the Mercury and Pisces person is doing everything they can to show people that they have a choice to be in the concept of a matrix, to be controlled, to be under a doctrine or a structure versus to not be. And sometimes this can be an energy that looks like it's trying to taint you, that looks like it's trying to bring people into their not so great forms of expression, right? So it could be the type that makes someone who is on the straight and narrow path, coerce somebody to consider, well, am I trying to be a doctor because I really want to be a doctor and I really want to heal the world? Or am I trying to be a doctor because it's what my parents want? And damn it, this is not about my parents. This is about my life. So I'm not going to be a doctor. I'm going to go and do something else, or I'm just going to go and on a staycation retreat. So what I'm trying to say here is that Mercury and Pisces can be a placement that can seem like it's taking you off this idea of the straight and narrow, but the ideas here is that it's really allowing you to open up, because it's Jupiterian ruled as well as Neptune ruled. It's asking for you to open up and look from a faraway point of view as to, is this truly authentic? Is this truly what your calling, what your vocation is? Is this truly what it is that you are supposed to be doing? Okay. And there is a tendency to fall into the trap either way. It's like, if you choose this way, then I'm doing the straight and narrow, but I'm not really happy. But if I choose the other way, then I'm going against everything that I know, right? And I'm lost I'm like a lost fish in a big ocean, because now I've gone off of my path. And that's that energy of the two fishes going back and forth, combined with the duality and the mischievousness and the devilish nature of Mercury. So one of the things that I think that these people have is the ability and the skill set to have a split mind, in the sense that they can see both sides. You have, if you're watching this and you have Mercury and Pisces, an ability to give other people great advice and to be a great counselor, and to be the kind of person that somebody comes to vent to be the kind of person that somebody comes to tell all of their issues about, because you will give sound advice, because you have the ability to see it from both sides, from several angles, to see the good and the bad of either choice, and to allow people to have almost like an oasis to go to for venting out their issues and for getting sound advice. Which leads me also into the ideas here that Mercury and Pisces people are strong, nourishing energies. And so not are you guys great listeners, but you're also capable of being the one that has the sermon. And I think that's what I will call this video. I would say that this placement is the sermon, the preacher, right? The person that has a long-winded message that can help some people in this life really tap into their truest potential and purpose. So you can guide people to do it through their own self-reflection, like a counselor or a psychiatrist, would, not psychiatrist, psychologist would. Or you could be the type of person that infiltrates others with your mindset and giving them a very long, I don't think this is short. I think Mercury in Pisces is more long-winded, okay? Because even though Mercury's wittiness is coming to Pisces, that is a storyteller. So when you give this advice to people, it's not short and sweet. It is in depth. It is filled with stories. It's filled with metaphors. And this is kind of what preachers do. They have like this whole 45 minutes to an hour where they give you this incredible message of spirituality applied to everyday life. So one of the skill sets of Mercury in Pisces is to be able to have that sermon, to conjure up that sermon based off of your own mythologies, based off of your own life stories and the lessons and wisdom that you have gained in life, and also based off of your own perspective. That ability to see from different points of views really can help people to tap into the truth in a way that where people are neglecting. Because a lot of the times people are blinded to this kind of like fantasy dreamland of their own that they've created up and thinking, oh, okay, well, this is my truth, but it's really a falsified truth because they're not able to see the whole picture. So Mercury in Pisces, because of your perception, you have the ability to see the whole picture, and you have the ability to let people know where it is that they are completely missing out on perspective. So that's one of your skills. Another one that I could really say is that you guys are strong, creative people, and you have like a deep well of energy that brings out your creativity. But because Pisces is such a dormant or doormat, meaning that it's not like a go-getter, it's adaptable, right? You can sometimes have difficulty in tapping into this skill, right? Sometimes you need some sort of antagonist or catalyst that pulls you into this creative space, and then from that catalyst or antagonist, you have created your next masterpiece. But it's not fun because you're losing out on your peacefulness, on your peaceful state. And while the question might really ask, well, can I only create if I am in the darkness? Can I only create when somebody has pushed me across, the edge, and now my only way to win or to attack back or to feel something in this world is to create from that demiurge, from that dark place, from that negative space? And I would say that while that is one of your best ways to do it, it doesn't have to be. One of the other ways that you can do it is to utilize the adaptive energies of Mercury and Pisces, because these are both rulerships over mutable energy, right? That you need to create from the space and the state that you are currently in, okay? And this needs to be so real that it almost is absurd. So for instance, you want to write a love song, and you're going to pull from all these places of what, you think your love song should start with. But what if right now in this very, very moment, all you're doing is brushing your teeth? And it's like, okay, today I've woken up and I'm brushing my teeth and I want to write a love song, but that is the song. The song is where you are right now. So maybe while you're thinking about what should I put in my song, that you actually see that maybe the first line or maybe the circumstance has to do with sharing toothpaste. Maybe it has to do with, the fact that you're thinking about love while you're brushing your teeth. So you want to take from the space and the state and status of where you are in that very moment and create from there, because you are a deep well of a creator, and you can pull out the most unique and incredible findings by creating from your life, because it's like your life itself and the life that you're living is your muse. And even the most mediocre or not so flashy thing about life could be the most inspiring thing that you could write about, or you could paint about, or you could dance about. Which also, Mercury and Pisces, this is definitely one of the placements where you have a really good ability to move your limbs, right? To move your feet, and one of those things would be dancing, gymnastics, or martial arts, right? And tapping into the skills of the physical body through modalities that allow you to utilize your limbs, So that is Mercury and Pisces, and I will see you guys in the next video, which will be Mercury in Aquarius's skill set. Peace and love.